Okay, Orca, can you hear me okay? Can't hear you very well. Do you have a mic?
Yes.
Okay. Right, we'll just wait for 2 minutes, see if anybody else arrives. If not, we will begin. How are you, Orca? You well?
Yeah, I'm good.
Right, back in 1 minute. Okay, we'll just wait for 1 more minute, see if anybody else arrives, and then we'll begin. Okay? Okay, Orca, you disappeared for a moment. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I go change my mic.
You what, sorry?
I go change my mic.
I go change my mic. Okay, okay, fine. Okay. All right. So listen, I think we should start with something. And obviously, the first thing I should ask you is this. What were you doing? Where were you? And what were you doing when the earthquake struck? Now, struck. That's what we call an earthquake. That's the verb we use. Strike, struck, struck. So this is past tense. Where were you and what were you doing when the earthquake struck? So, can you tell me the answer to that question?
Um, I was eating lunch.
Where?
Uh, beside the beside the building.
Okay, right. Okay, tell me the story. Who were you with? What were you doing? You were eating lunch. Give me some details about what happened when the earthquake struck.
Um, I was eating and the building was shaking.
And the building started shaking.
Started shaking,
Hmm.
and after that, I just went out of the building.
Okay, and where did you go?
Uh, go beside the road.
Okay, so is it past, present, or future?
Past.
So I went.
I went beside the road.
Okay, so you went beside the road, and were you alone, or were there other people there?
I with other too.
And what were they doing?
Uh, they just stay the same like me.
They stay the same like me. What does that mean?
Like they just stay at the beside the road.
They stay beside the road. Okay. Were people nervous or were they calm?
I think they nervous.
They were nervous. Okay. Okay, well, that's interesting. I've never been in an earthquake myself, so yeah, must be interesting for everybody. Okay, so now you guys are studying travel and tourism. Okay, and just remind me, did we look at this topic in the class? I don't have my material with me, so I don't know. Did you look at this topic in the class?
Yes.
We did look at this topic in the class.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, fair enough. Okay, good. So I don't have my folder with me, so I don't know what we've done and what we haven't done. 'Cause I left it in the school, unfortunately. But never mind, that's fine. Okay, so you talked a little bit about travel. And okay, now you should have had some documents sent to you this morning. Did you have them?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, so do you have one that says countable and uncountable? And looks like this.
Yes.
You do.
Yeah.
Okay, good. So you can open that. All right. Okay, now one area that Thai students have problems with are uncountable, countable, and uncountable nouns. Okay, so first of all, what is a noun? Can you explain to me what's a noun?
Uh,
Why do we use nouns in English? What for?
um, for place.
Well, it could be a place. It's the name of something. So, for example, when you're sick, you go to a hospital, and that's the name of the place that you go when you're sick. So, hospital is a noun, and that's the name of the place that you go to when you're not well. Okay. Now, some nouns are countable and some nouns are uncountable. Right. Packing. Who's packing?
Rain.
Ren, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good, good, good. Okay, so we just started looking at some material. Okay, and what I want to do is to look at nouns. So, Ren, what is a noun? Can you explain?
Now is
Can you give me examples of nouns? Okay, so right now, how are we holding this lesson right now? We're holding it by computer. So computer is a noun. Yeah, it's the name of a machine that we use to do online lessons. Yeah. Okay, so countable and uncountable nouns. What is a countable noun? Can you give me an example of a countable noun? What does countable mean?
countable is example is table.
Why is it countable? Well, you can count tables, right? So you can have one table in a room or you can have three tables in the room. That means you can count 3 tables, 4 tables, 5 tables. So you can actually count these tables. So that makes it a countable noun. But what about this? What's this?
Glass,
No, what's in it?
cup,
What's in the cup?
1 cup
What's in it?
of water.
Can you count water?
No.
You can't count water. You can't say, you can say 1 table, 2 tables, but you can't say water, 1 water, 2 waters. You can't say that. Yeah. So, is this? Yeah, it's still being recorded. Yeah, okay. All right, good. Now, what I want to do is I want to look at some nouns here, and I want you to tell me if they are countable or uncountable nouns. So what about hospitals? Is that countable or uncountable?
Countable.
All right, so it's countable. And hospital is 1. Yeah, and hospitals is more than 1. So what about department store? Is that countable or uncountable?
Countable.
So again, we can have 1 department store or we can have many department stores. So we know that it's more than 1 because we have an S at the end. What about public transport? Is that countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Okay, so give me an example, public transport. I'll give you an example. Buses. Any other public transport you can think of? Trains. They are public transport too. Anything else?
Uh, uh, mm, Plane.
Train. Okay, that's public transport. In Bangkok, anyway, boats are public transport. So we got buses, that's countable. And we've got planes, they are countable. Boats, countable. And trains. And together, what do we call this group? We call them public transport. Okay, now, public transport is the name of the group. So public transport is uncountable. Okay, so public transport, uncountable. Okay, what about food? Is food countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Okay, so we can describe apples, they're countable, and eggs, etc. But food is the name of the group, so it's uncountable. Shopping centers, are they countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
No. Think about it. You've got shopping centers in Siam Square, shopping centers in Lap Prau. They are countable. And entertainment. Entertainment, is it countable or uncountable?
Countable.
What does it mean, entertainment?
Um,
So entertainment is things that you enjoy doing, right? So let's think of some things that you enjoy doing. Movies. You enjoy watching movies. Do you enjoy going to restaurants? Anything else that you enjoy doing? Playing games on the computer? Anything else that you enjoy doing? Listening to music? Okay, so this is entertainment. So this is the name of the group. So the name of the group is countable or uncountable? It's uncountable. So entertainment is uncountable. So what about space? What is space? Space is a big area. Okay, so for example, in Chatter Chat Park, it's a big area. That's space. Is it countable or uncountable, do you think?
Uncountable.
Okay. Unemployment, that's a problem. What's the problem of unemployment? Well, unemployment is a problem of people don't have jobs. Think it's countable or uncountable, this problem?
Countable.
Countable.
No, it's uncountable. The name of a problem. And pollution is the name of a problem too. So do you think that's countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
Okay, good. Now, parks like Chat Park, we have parks in Chat, we have parks in Ceylon. So that is countable. And unemployed people, what do you think? Is that countable or uncountable? What do you think?
Countable.
Well, the people are countable. They're unemployed, that's a problem, but they are people who are countable. Fresh air, what do you think?
Uncountable.
Can't count air. Homeless people, people who don't have houses. Is that countable or uncountable?
Countable.
Okay, so yeah, they are countable. You can count people, and people obviously must be countable too. Houses,
Countable.
countable, and traffic jams.
Uncount.
What is it?
Uncountable.
What is it in Thai? Traffic jams. What's traffic jams in Thai?
รถติด
Is that countable or uncountable in Thai?
เอ่อ
Now, this is a bit of a problem because when you translate, traffic jams are countable. There's a traffic jam in Ceylon, there's a traffic jam in Sukhumvit, more than one traffic jam. What about crime? What do you think? Countable or uncountable?
countable.
Okay. So let's think about crimes. What crimes are there in the world? Tell me the names of some crimes. Okay, so corruption. You're familiar with that? Murder. What happens when you murder someone? That means you kill somebody. Okay. Any other crimes that you can think of? What do you call it when you steal things from people? That's called theft. Any other crimes that you can think of? No? Okay, well, let's just get rid of that one then. Anagram, you've got 3 crimes, but the name of the group is crime. Okay, so the name of the group, crime. 1, 2, 3 crimes, that's countable. And the name of the group, that's uncountable. So crime is uncountable and countable. And that's where it becomes a little bit difficult. You have to think about maybe the same thing is countable and uncountable sometimes. Okay, so right, so is that you, Euro?
Yes, it's me. I'm sorry, woke up late.
We've started something now. I'm not sure whether you did this in your private class, but we'll have to finish it now. So, because did you do this in your private class? I don't think you did.
I think so. It looked familiar.
Okay, well, I've just started it with the students, so, and I did ask you by line if you've done it or not, so you're gonna have to finish it now, okay? Okay, all right, so Thai students often use have when they are talking about nouns. For example, you might say Bangkok have a lot of traffic, which again, it sounds more like a translation of English into Thai. Okay. So have a look at these sentences. Okay. We're talking about Bangkok. We're going to make sentences about Bangkok. Hospitals. Are there many hospitals or a few hospitals in Bangkok? Orca, what do you think? Are there many hospitals or a few hospitals in Bangkok?
There are a lot.
Okay. And Kakin, what about you? What do you think? A lot of hospitals or a few hospitals?
A lot.
Okay, so let's use that phrase then. In Bangkok, how do we make this into a sentence? So Euro, if you know the answer, you can tell us what you think. How do we make this into a sentence?
There are a lot.
Again, sorry?
There are a lot of hospitals.
There are a lot of hospitals. Okay. So not have, but there are. Now, entertainment. So we've got entertainment everywhere in Bangkok. We've got RCA, Khao San Road, Tonglo. What can we say about entertainment? Packing. What can we say about entertainment, do you think? Okay, what do you think?
Uh,
Let's
there
go.
are
Not there are. So Euro, what do you think?
Well, I'm not sure.
Okay. So not there are,
It could be.
there is. Okay. So there's a lot of entertainment. RCA, Tonglor, Kosan Road. So countable are, uncountable is. Okay. What about traffic jams? Tell me about traffic jams. So there are a lot of hospitals. We said traffic jams are countable. So packing, okay. Tell me a sentence about traffic jams.
There are a lot of
There are a lot of traffic jams, I agree. But let's look at these. Hospitals. Do you like hospitals? Are they a good thing? Hospitals. Do you think hospitals are a good thing or a bad thing?
bad thing.
I think hospitals are a good thing because when you are sick, you can go to hospital. Traffic jams. Are they a good thing? Do you like traffic jams? Yes or no?
no.
Okay, so problem with traffic jams is there are too many traffic jams. Okay. Now, hospitals, a lot of, yeah, sure. But traffic jams, we don't like them. So we say there are too many traffic jams. And what about pollution on the other side? Now, pollution is everywhere in Bangkok. PM 2.5. Is it a good thing, you think?
No.
So what can we say about pollution?
There's a lot of pollution.
I agree. There's a lot of pollution. Entertainment. There's a lot of entertainment. And we like entertainment. We think it's a good thing. But pollution, we don't like it. So have a look at this phrase. There are too many traffic jams. What can we say about pollution?
There is
There's what?
A lot.
Okay, so again, pollution. We don't like it. There's too much pollution in Bangkok. We don't like it. Okay. Now, traffic jams. Too many traffic jams in Bangkok. Why are there too many traffic jams? Now, we've got a lot of cars, but if we had a lot of roads, there would be no problem. So, what can we say about the roads? Have a look at this picture. How many people are there in this picture?
7,
And how many chairs are there?
3,
Can they all sit down?
No.
Why not?
There are 7 people, but there are just 3 chairs.
So there are too many people. Okay. There are too many people. That's why they can't sit down. Now, what about the chairs? We've got 3 chairs, we've got 7 people. Can they all sit down? No. Why not? Tell me about the chairs. Euro, if you can remember the answer, go ahead.
There are a few chairs.
No, that's not the answer.
Sorry. There are way too few roads.
There are 7 people and 3 chairs. They can't sit down. Why? There aren't enough chairs. There are too many people. There aren't enough chairs. And
There are not enough roads.
in Bangkok, there aren't enough roads. Okay. That's a problem. There aren't enough roads. If we had more roads, we'd not have so many traffic. What about space? Now, how many people live in Bangkok? It's about 6 million people. That's quite a lot of people in one city. So, what can we say about space? If there aren't enough roads, what about space?
There is enough space.
Again, sorry?
There is enough space.
No. There aren't enough roads. And 6 million people in Bangkok. There isn't enough space. Okay. Now, parks. How many parks are there in Bangkok?
A lot,
Really?
I think so.
Chatuchak, Suan Rock Phai, Silong. Let's say there are 10 parks in Bangkok. And 10 parks and 6 million people. Is that a lot of parks for 6 million people, do you think?
No.
Okay, now, I don't like traffic jams. So I say there are too many traffic jams, but parks, for me, are not a problem. So what do we say about parks? We don't say there are too many. We just say there aren't any parks. Now, this is not a problem. I don't like parks. I think they're hot and noisy. So there aren't many parks. Now, we said pollution, fresh air. Is there fresh air in Bangkok? Well, if you wake up early in the morning, yes, there is. And just for maybe from 5 o'clock till 6 o'clock, there's fresh air before the cars start. So what do we say about fresh air? We said there aren't many parks, which means there are a few. What about fresh air? There isn't much fresh air. Okay, And what about elephants in Bangkok? Do you see elephants in Bangkok often?
No.
Why not?
Mm,
Elephants are banned in Bangkok. They're not allowed in Bangkok. So 0 elephants in Bangkok. So what do we say?
there aren't any elephant.
There aren't any elephants. Very good. There aren't any elephants in Bangkok. And what about snow? Very hot in Thailand. Do you have snow?
No.
So what do we say about snow then?
There isn't snow.
What's the missing word?
Um,
There aren't
Eh.
any elephants. There isn't
any snow.
any snow. Okay, very good. Now, these two are problems. Okay, the others are not really problems, they're just facts. Okay. So have a look at this. I'm going to bring these downstairs so that you can see them. Okay. I'll push these upstairs. So have a look at exercise 3. And what I want you to do is I want you to complete the sentences. So what about restaurants in Bangkok? I want you to complete the sentence. Restaurant. Anybody, Custard, Euro, if you want to answer, go ahead.
There are a lot.
There are a lot
Of restaurant.
about pollution. Packing. What do you think?
I think is they are
So pollution, uncountable. So it's on this side.
uh
What do you
they is too much.
It's too much pollution. Okay. Orca, what do you think about park?
There aren't many park.
Euro, what do you think about fresh air?
There isn't much.
And what about unemployed people? Hackett, what do you think about unemployed people?
Uh,
So this is countable. There are
there a lot of
You don't think there are too many unemployed people? Okay, that's your opinion. That's your idea. Okay. Orca, what about unemployment?
There's there's a lot of employee.
Unemployment. Okay, so people with no jobs. Or Euro, what about cars?
There are too many cars.
Okay, what about crime?
Uh, there is
What do you think?
urge,
A lot of or too much?
too much.
Too. All right. What about houses? Orca, about houses.
There are a lot of houses.
Does everybody have a house in Bangkok?
No,
So not there are.
there is.
So think about it. It's not everybody has a house.
There are not too many houses.
There aren't enough houses. Okay. Europe, issues, problems. What are you going to say about problems in Bangkok?
There is quite a few issues.
Issues. Is it countable or uncountable?
Well, it depends.
No. One issue, two issues. It's countable. So we
Oh.
don't say there is. What do we say?
There are a few issues in Bangkok.
There are a few issues. I think there are more than a few, but that's fine. You can say that. Okay, now we're going to have a quick look at some vocabulary. All right, and I want you to tell me where this vocabulary should go. So we've got there is a lot of, there are a lot of, there isn't much, there aren't many. Okay, have a look at the phrases. Traffic. Is it countable or uncountable? Now, traffic jams are countable. The traffic is uncountable. So where should we put it? Here. There is a lot of, there are a lot of, there aren't enough, there isn't enough. Where should we put it?
There are many traffic.
The traffic is uncountable, so there isn't much traffic. Okay. Pollution. What are we going to say about pollution? Anybody?
There is a lot of pollutions.
Okay, so we could say there is a lot of pollution. Or you might say there's too much pollution. Both would be correct, right? This is a problem. This is just a statement of fact. All right, what about conference venues? What are conference venues? Well, let's have a look at this screen. Okay, I'll share that with you. Okay, so conference venues. Impact Arena. Queen Sirikit Center. Impact Arena Bang Nan. These are conference venues. These are places where people go for meetings. Okay. So what about in Bangkok? What do you think about in Bangkok? Conference venues. What do you think? A lot or a few?
A few.
Oh, we haven't got a few here. So
There aren't many conference.
okay, if that's what you think. I actually think there's quite a lot in Bangkok, but that's fine. You don't think so? Noise. From traffic, from trains, people talking. What are you going to say about noise?
There are too many.
Is it countable or uncountable noise?
Uncountable.
So is it there is or there are?
There are a lot of.
No, if it's uncountable, it's there is. Okay. So there's a lot of noise. Okay, or maybe some people would say there's too much noise. If you think it's a problem, you would say there's too much noise. What about cafes in Bangkok? Kind of everywhere, aren't there cafes?
There is.
So cafes, are they countable or uncountable? They are countable. One cafe, two cafes. So if it's countable, what do we say about cafes? Packet. Okay. What do you think about cafes?
Um, there, uh, there are a lot of cafe.
I think there are a lot of cafes. And some people might even say there are too many cafes because they seem to be everywhere. I wonder how they make money, some of the cafes. Snow? We know about snow.
There aren't any snow.
Snow, is it countable or uncountable?
There isn't any snow.
And public telephones. Now, have a look at this. Okay. And I'll share this with you again. Now, everybody has a mobile phone now. These are public telephones in Thailand. So these are public telephones that you can pay. You can put 1 baht in and to pay for a coin. So what do you to pay for a call? What do you think about public telephones in Thailand? What do you think?
There aren't many.
There aren't many. Okay, maybe a few at the airport, but everybody has a mobile phone now, so there aren't many public telephones. Different places to eat, cafes, restaurants, fast food. Where are we going to put that?
There are a lot.
Oh, a lot of different places to eat. Vegetation. Let's have a look at what vegetation means. This is vegetation. It's green and clean. What about in Bangkok?
There are not many.
So vegetation, is it countable or uncountable?
Uncountable.
So is it there is or there are?
There are
No, it's uncountable. There is. So what do you want to say about vegetation?
Is it similar to a park?
To what?
To a park? A garden?
Vegetation is in a park, but it's not a park. Okay, so for example, there's a lot of vegetation in the north of Thailand where there's lots of jungles. Okay, so let's have a look at the picture of vegetation again. Okay, so
There isn't any vegetation.
well, I think there is because there's some parks. Okay, so, but only a few parks. I think they would say there isn't much vegetation. Okay, maybe just in the parks. Okay, and actually, maybe would people would say there isn't enough vegetation. Why? Because vegetation creates oxygen. So there isn't much vegetation, there isn't enough vegetation. Okay. Bus stations. How many bus stations in Bangkok?
There are a lot.
Bus stations? Now, there are a lot of bus stops. That's where the buses stop, but the bus station is where they collect people to go to different parts of the city. So how many bus stations? Morshit is one. Morshit's two is another. Where's another bus station? So I think there's only two or three, so there aren't many. Sorry about the noise. We've got people cleaning drains outside our house. There aren't many bus stations. Policemen. What do you think about policemen? Policemen, guys, what do you think about policemen?
There are a lot.
A lot of policemen? Okay. And what about soldiers?
There are not many.
Again, sorry?
There are not many soldiers.
There aren't many soldiers. Okay. Bars. Come on, you're all young people. You should know about this.
There are a lot.
A lot of bars. Public libraries. What's a public library? So a public library is, for example, like this. And it's a library where you can go and borrow a book. Anybody can go and borrow a book, not just a student. Now, many universities have a library, but these are public libraries, not just for students. These are for anybody. Anybody can go and get a book. What do you think about public libraries in Bangkok? What do you think?
It's too much.
So, public libraries has an S at the end, so it's countable. So not there isn't much. There aren't many. Okay, and again, maybe people would say there aren't enough. Maybe we need more public libraries so people can learn to enjoy books. Okay, so museums. Oh, what about parking spaces? What do you guys think about parking spaces? Do you have cars, you guys?
There are not enough parking spaces.
There aren't enough. All right, I would agree with that. Museums, where you see old things. Okay, what do you think? Okay, are you there? Ren, are you there? Ren, can you hear me? Orca, how about you? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so what about museums then?
There aren't many.
There aren't many museums in Bangkok. I think there are a lot of museums. Yeah, okay. Problems. What do you think about problems? Europe, what do you think?
There are not any problems.
There aren't any problems. Well, I can't agree with that. I think there are a lot of problems in Bangkok. And again, people might say there are too many problems. Traffic jams, not traffic. Traffic jams is countable. So what about traffic jams?
There are lots of.
A lot of traffic jams. Yeah, I would say there are too many. Okay. All right, what about elephants?
There aren't any elephants.
Aren't any elephants. Okay. All right, packing, can you hear me? No, okay. All right, so I think seeing as you guys are online, it might be better to take a break after each hour. So we'll take a 10-minute break now. Okay, and when you come back, we'll continue with this.
The same exercise.
Again, sorry?
The same exercise.
Yes, the same exercise. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll see you in 10 minutes, guys. Bye.
Thank you. I'll be back.
Okay, so let's kick off again. Pakin, are you there? Orca, are you there? Euro, are you there?
Yes, I am. I'm back.
Hmm? Orca, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, Pakin, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so have a look at these sentences. There's a lot of pollution because there are a lot of factories. So this is the reason. This is the reason for this. Yeah. There's a lot of pollution because there are a lot of factories. So this, that's not very well. This is the reason for this, and we use because. Now, the other way around, there are a lot of factories, so there's too much pollution. Okay. This is the reason for this, and we're using so here rather than because. So, what about fresh air pollution? So, what about fresh air in Bangkok? Is there, what do you think, a lot or a little? So, I don't know who sent me the message, but we need to speak during the class. Fresh air in Bangkok? There isn't much fresh air in Bangkok. Why? Because what? Can anybody finish the sentence? There isn't much fresh air because of what?
Because there is too many cars.
So we've got pollution as the cue. There's too much pollution. Okay, so pollution, fresh air. That's too much pollution. So there isn't much fresh air. Okay, so what about cars and noise? What do you think? Cars in Bangkok, what do you think? There are a lot of cars. What about noise? So. As. Okay, so start with noise. There's a lot of noise. Why? Because of what? Because there are a lot of cars. All right, so let's go round. Packing, traffic jams, roads. Can you make a sentence for me?
Uh, so
Traffic jams, roads. Can you make a sentence that includes traffic jams and roads?
okay. Uh, there they are they are there are a lot of loads, so they
Traffic jams, roads.
okay. There are a lot of traffic jam, so there is too much loads.
Okay, so I think you need to think about what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, because that doesn't make any sense. Can you try again?
Uh, sorry, I don't sure.
There are a lot of traffic jams. Why? There aren't enough roads. Okay, so Euro, what about parking spaces and car park?
Parking spaces. Is it uncountable?
Parking space. It's got an S, so yes, it's countable.
There are a lot of parking space,
Spaces.
so there are a few car parks.
Okay, again, I don't think you're thinking about what you're saying. Yeah,
Um,
is it easy to find a parking space in Bangkok?
no, it isn't
Why not?
because it's already occupied.
Okay, so that means there aren't enough parking spaces.
There aren't enough parking spaces, so
Why not?
because it's already occupied.
Okay, so can you make a sentence with the cues that I've given you? There aren't enough parking spaces because there aren't enough car parks. Okay, so who's J then? Who's changed their name to J now? All right, J. Unemployed people, jobs. Can you tell me what you think? Unemployed people, jobs? Jay. You changed your name. I don't know what your name was before. Can't remember. Jay, can you remember? Can you give me a sentence with unemployed people, jobs?
I think that J is admin.
Jay is admin.
Yes.
Okay. So who was with us before? Okay. Euro. Stress. Make a sentence with stress. About Bangkok. Euro, are you there?
Yes, I'm back.
Okay, so what causes stress in Bangkok, you think?
Uh,
Can you make a sentence?
so there is a lot of traffic jams.
Okay, so traffic jams are countable.
There are a lot of traffic jams.
Mhm.
So people,
So there is,
there is lots of stress in the process.
there is a lot of stress. Okay. Ren, space.
Uh, there there are there are two there are a lot of space.
So is it countable or uncountable space?
Space is uncountable.
Okay, so if it's uncountable, is it there is or there are?
There is
So can you make a sentence? Make a sentence.
okay. There is a lot of space. So there are a lot of car.
Okay, so I don't think that makes any sense. Can you think about what you're saying?
I think it's car park.
Okay, so space. There isn't much space. Why not?
Again,
There isn't much space. Why not? There are
is
too many people. There isn't much space because there are too many people. J. Prime. Okay, Euro. Hotels.
Um, they, there are lots of hotels
Why?
because there are lots of tourism.
There are a lot of tourists.
A lot of tourists.
Tourism is uncountable. Tourists is countable.
Thank you.
Okay, now you can look at this together. Okay, we've got a number of sentences. What I want you to do is to correct the sentences. So we're going to look at 1 to 5 together, and then you guys are going to fix 5 to 10. 6 to 10, I beg your pardon. All right. Bangkok have a lot of traffic jams. Is that correct? No. What should it be? So this is not correct. So what should it be?
And Bangkok had a lot of traffic jams.
Okay, so we never say Bangkok have because that's traffic, that's translating into from Thai, right? We've just been doing there are, right, for the last hour. So traffic jams, there are
Lots of traffic jams in
a
Bangkok.
lot of traffic jams in Bangkok. Okay, thank you, Euro.
You're welcome.
Ren, there are many delicious street foods in Bangkok. What do you think?
Uh, I think there is.
There is many delicious street foods. Okay, so food, is it countable or uncountable?
Food is uncountable.
Okay, so we don't say food, so that's the first mistake. Okay. What's the next mistake? If it's food, it's uncountable. There are, no, what? What would we say? There is a lot of street food. Where? There is a lot of street food. Where? In Thai, is that correct?
No.
So what should it be?
I think it's
In Thai.
in the mall in Thailand. Okay.
Okay. There is 5 elephants in the zoo. Okay. There is five elephants in the zoo. Anyone? What should it be?
There are 5 elephants in the zoo.
Number 4. Best. You've just arrived at 11:30 for an online class. Can you answer this question? What's the mistake? Best. Number 4. Best. Number 4. Walker. Number 6.
There are a lot of interesting in Thai.
In Thai. Is that correct?
In Thailand.
Okay. So think about what you're saying. So we've just been studying there is and there are, right? So what should it be?
There are a lot of.
Finish the sentence.
Interesting in tradition in Thailand.
Good. Jane. There is some mango trees in the garden. Okay. Ren. Number 7.
There are some mango tree in the garden.
Okay. Good. About number 8. Orca.
There isn't much mango tree in the garden.
Number 8.
There are a lot of celebrate festival all year round.
Again, sorry?
There are a lot of celebrate festival all year round.
Okay, so celebrate is a verb. They celebrate festivals all year round. Okay, what about number 9? Euro.
There are many water activities to enjoy in Pattaya.
And number 10, best.
In Chiang Rai has many temples. They have one called the White Temple.
Hello, 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 Bhutan. Okay, I'm Taiwan you, Beanie. Okay. You ban Taiwan. Okay. 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 Bye-bye. So in Chiang Rai has many temples. Think about what you're saying. And there are
There are many temples in Chiang Rai.
a lot of
But of
temples
in Chiang Rai.
in
There,
Alright, good. So where's the waiting room? Okay, so this is what I want you to do. Okay, I want you guys to talk about this topic. Okay, describe the place you have visited and know very well. You should say where the place is, why you went there, what was there, and what you did there, and explain what's good and bad about the place and how you feel about it. Okay, so you're going to speak for 1 to 2 minutes on this topic, and I'm going to give you 2 minutes to prepare. Okay, and what I want you to do is think about what we've said. We've said there is, there are. Okay, I want you to try to use correct sentences. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes to think about what you're saying, and then I want to hear from everybody. Okay, do you understand my instructions?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'll speak to you in a few moments. Okay, all right, so let's hear from everybody. Best, tell me about a place that you have visited and you know very well. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Can I tell about my home?
You live in your home, not a place that you have visited.
Okay. Uh, how about my friend house?
Your friend's house, yes, go ahead.
Okay. I go to my friend house at Nuan Chan. I went there because I like to play with him, like spend time on like go to gym, play game together, and many things like eating. I I go to my friend house because I like to spend time with him. Like why I say it. Uh,
So have a look at what you're supposed to do, where the place is, why you went there, what was there, what you did there. Explain what's good and bad about the place and how you feel about it.
I go to my friend house at Nuan Chan. I went there because I want to spend time with my friend, playing game together, do dumb thing like shout loud a lot, and maybe playing gym at his house. I went there because his house is very big and many gaming gear to play. The bad thing is I need to spend so much money to go to his house, like almost 100 or 200 baht. I feel really well about the place. Look really nice, but so privacy to go in. Like you stay in the house in the like alone house in the forest, but it look really nice. That's why I feel like about it. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Orca, how about you tell me about somewhere that you visited and know well?
The place is Pattaya. I went there because I go to the beach. I go to the beach with my family and my friends. The thing what goes there is the weather. At sometimes the weather is good. Uh, the good thing is I have fun with my friends, and the bad thing is sometimes it take too long to travel to there.
All right, thank you. Euro, how about you? Place that you have visited and you know very well.
I would like to describe Affin College. This is located in the middle of Bangkok, and it wasn't far from elevated train stations.
It isn't far, not wasn't far.
It isn't far from elevated train station, and I went there a lot to study, and I got to see friends and teachers and do some homework over there. It is a good place, a good and comfortable place to studying because it had a close environment, and every teacher.
And or there is?
Pardon me.
There is or it have?
Oh, there is.
Okay.
There is a good and comfortable place to study because
No, it is a good and comfortable place to study, and there is a good environment.
it is a good and comfortable place to study
Mhm.
because a teacher could look after every student
Okay.
and provided help if they need it. Well, the good thing about it is I got to see friends and teachers, and I got to hang around the place as well. But
Mm.
I think that the car park could use some fixes because there aren't enough parking spot for every person who come to visit the places. And the traffic jam is quite bad as well. I
Okay.
think they should expand the roads.
Good point. Ren, how about you?
I go to uh Phuket with my family, and is have a
It has
sea.
what that is.
That is there there is sea,
Mhm.
and I think it's very well for me and my family. It's
Mhm. Okay, that it? All right, thanks very much. Okay, good. So I'll have this sent to you after the class. Okay. All right, now I'd like you to open another document that was sent to you. This is the document. Okay. Can you open this document? Okay, so what can you see in the picture?
A yacht,
Again, sorry?
a yacht.
No, it's not a yacht, it's a ferry. Okay.
Okay,
Now, what is a ferry? Ferry is a boat that goes somewhere and then goes back to the same place. So, for example, if you're going to Koh Samui from Thailand, you will go on a ferry. The ferry will go to the island and then it will come back to the mainland. Okay, and this is a really very big ferry. It's not a yacht, but it is a very big ferry. And you're going to need to listen to a recording and you need to fill in these gaps. Okay. Number 1, number 2, 3, 4, and 5. Right? So let's look at the illustration and let's think about what we are looking at. All right, so these are called decks. We've got 1, 2, 3, and these are different layers. So this is an outside deck, this is inside deck, this is an inside deck. And there's lots of different things happen at the different decks. So let's have a look at this in some sort of order. Okay, so on deck, restaurant for a something or a meal. Where is number 1? Where is it? Which deck is it on? Deck A, deck B, or deck C? Have a look at the illustration. We've got three decks. Deck A, deck B, and deck C. And we've got restaurant. Is it on deck A, deck B, or deck C? Anybody? Is it on deck A, deck B, or deck C?
It's on a deck.
It's on a deck. Okay, so restaurant. What can you get at a restaurant? Well, you can get a meal. So what's a meal? Meal is a full meal. You can get steak and chips with ice cream, a drink. But if you're not hungry, what else can you get at a restaurant? You're not really, really hungry, so you don't need a meal. What else can you get at a restaurant? So this is a missing word. Restaurant, for, at, something, or a meal. So what could the missing word be? Do you always eat a meal in a restaurant?
Yes, sir.
No, not always. Maybe you have a sandwich. Maybe you have something small. That's not a meal. What do we call it?
A beverage.
Again, sorry?
Beverage.
Can't hear what you're saying.
Beverage.
Sandwich is not a beverage. No, beverage is a drink. Okay, so we got meal or something else. We're going to listen and we're going to try to fill in that gap. Okay, so we got a lounge on A with reclining seats. Cinema. So what do you see at the cinema? You see movies. Tickets available at where? Okay, so we need to write down in number 2 where the tickets are available. Okay. And number 3, cabins. Now, cabins, that's like a hotel room. And a ferry will travel for maybe 1 or 2 or 3 days. And as a result, people have to sleep in their cabins. Now, steward is somebody who works on the ferry. And if you have a cabin, what do you think you will need? What do you need to do to keep your cabin private, do you think?
A key.
Okay, so maybe that's number 3. Maybe that's what you're going to get for your cabin, a key. Not sure. We'll listen to it later. And number 5, something and games area. What could go with games, do you think? What word could go with games?
Entertainment.
Entertainment and games, yeah, that's possible. Maybe sports and games. Okay, what about number 5? Open air. That means it's not inside, it's outside. Open air something deck. What can you do here, do you think? What could you do here? Well, maybe you could look at the sun, you could look at the moon, you could look at the stars. So maybe that's something that you can do. Maybe that's what's going to be on the recording. All right, so we've got these words to try to fill in from a recording. Okay, so let's have a look at these questions and let's work on them together. Where are you in the plan? Well, you are here. So where are you in the plan?
On the B deck, right in the middle.
Okay, but what does it say? You are here. What does it say before you are here? What does it say?
Reception.
Okay, so that's where you are. You're at the reception. Okay. Which places are on A deck? Well, what can we see on A deck? There's a restaurant on A deck and somewhere you can sit. There's a lounge. Okay, you can sit. Which places are next to the reception? Which places are next to the reception?
Cinema.
Cinema and this games area on the other side. Which places are below the reception? So what's below the reception?
The cabins.
Cabins where people sleep. What about number 6? Sorry, number 5. Which questions may need the name of a place on the ship? So let's have a look. Number 1, we've got restaurant. Number 2, well, maybe number 2. That's going to be a name of a place. Obtain something, so that's probably not the name of a place. Number 4, no, yeah, maybe number 4 is the name of a place.
5.
And number 5 is the name of a place too. Which question may need the name of something you can eat and drink? What do you think? Which question? Well, probably number 1, okay, because that's a restaurant. Which question may need the name of something you can take to your cabin? Well, probably number 3. You're going to get something and take it to your cabin. All right. Okay, have a look at these sentences. And what I want you to do is to decide where they should go. Okay. So people who want a bit of fresh air, well, they're going to go to number 5. They want fresh air. Why? Because it's an open air something deck. So when you listen to the recording, it's probably going to talk about people can get fresh air, number 5. On this deck, that is B deck, you'll also find an area where you can either play games. So which area is going to, which of the areas is it going to be? Is it going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? What do you think? Well, let's have a look again. On this area, on this deck, that is B deck, you'll also find an area you can play games. So where? Is it going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Play games. What do you think? Well, that sentence is probably going to be with number 4. because number 4 is a games area. Okay. Okay, and let's have a look at another sentence. To access your cabin. So access means to get into your cabin. Where are you going to hear that, do you think? Probably number 3, because it's talking about getting into cabins. And just next door, a 40-seat cinema. So where's next door to a 40-seat cinema? Well, there's a cinema. What's maybe the restaurant? Maybe the cinema is next door to the restaurant. Go upstairs to A deck, you'll find the restaurant. So if you go upstairs to A deck, that means that you probably are on B deck. Okay. All right, good. Now I'm going to play a recording for you. What I want you to do is I want you to listen to the recording and I want you to answer the questions. Give me a moment.
Track 17, Unit 3, Listening, Exercise 3.
Good evening and welcome aboard the Pride of Poole. In this recorded announcement, we'll give you details of some of the facilities available.
Okay, can you hear that okay?
Yes.
Can you hear that okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to play it, and what I want you to do is to listen to the recording, and I want you to put the right word into the questions. All right, off we go.
3. Listening. Track 17. Unit 3. Listening. Exercise 3.
Good evening and welcome aboard the Pride of Poole. In this recorded announcement, we'll give you details of some of the facilities available on board this ship. You're currently standing in the reception area in the centre of B deck. If you're feeling hungry after a long day's travelling, go up the stairs to A deck, where you'll find the restaurant. The restaurant caters for all appetites, with anything from a light snack to a full 3-course meal. The restaurant will be open from the moment the ship leaves port to half an hour before arrival. Next to the restaurant on A deck in the lounge, there are reclining seats with music headphones if you want to relax. The headphones are free, but people using this area are encouraged to keep noise to a minimum so that other passengers can enjoy themselves and sleep or read if they wish. For those of you who'd like some entertainment, just next door to us on this deck is a 40-seat cinema showing the latest full-length feature films. The cinema program is available here at reception, but you'll have to buy the tickets themselves at the cinema entrance, just before you go in. Just next to the cinema is the staircase leading down to the cabins on C deck. To access your cabin, just show your boarding pass to a steward, who will give you the key. On this deck, that is B deck, you'll also find an area where you can either play games in our special electronic games arcade or do your shopping. Just beyond that on the same level, people who want a bit of fresh air or just want to see the sea can go out onto the viewing deck, which is in the open air. Make sure you wear a jacket or coat, as it can be quite cold and windy.
Okay, check your answers with your partners. Okay, guys, check your answers with your partners. So what I want you to do is to check to see if your partner has got the same answer as you. If not, you're going to have to change it because we're going to listen to the recording again. So what I'd like you to do, talk to your partners. There's only 4 of you in the class. Check what your partners have written for number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and number 5. Okay, so I'm going to play the recording again and you can check your answers.
Track 17. Unit 3. Listening. Exercise 3.
Good evening and welcome aboard the Pride of Poole. In this recorded announcement, we'll give you details of some of the facilities available on board this ship. You're currently standing in the reception area in the centre of B deck. If you're feeling hungry after a long day's travelling, go up the stairs to A deck, where you'll find the restaurant. The restaurant caters for all appetites, with anything from a light snack to a full 3-course meal. The restaurant will be open from the moment the ship leaves port to half an hour before arrival. Next to the restaurant on A deck in the lounge, there are reclining seats with music headphones if you want to relax. The headphones are free, but people using this area are encouraged to keep noise to a minimum so that other passengers can enjoy themselves and sleep or read if they wish. For those of you who'd like some entertainment, just next door to us on this deck is a 40-seat cinema showing the latest full-length feature films. The cinema programme is available here at reception, but you'll have to buy the tickets themselves at the cinema entrance, just before you go in. Just next to the cinema is the staircase leading down to the cabins on C deck. To access your cabin, just show your boarding pass to a steward, who will give you the key. On this deck, that is B deck, you'll also find an area where you can either play games in our special electronic games arcade or do your shopping. Just beyond that on the same level, people who want a bit of fresh air or just want to see the sea can go out onto the viewing deck, which is in the open air. Make sure you wear a jacket or coat, as it can be quite cold and windy.
Okay. So again, check your answers with your partners. Okay, so what's number 1? What should number 1 be? What's number one? Right, guys, what's number one? So number one was,
Uh,
got number one for me?
number one is snack.
Snack. Very good. Mhm. All right, so what about number two?
Entrance.
Entrance. Good. Was it entrance or was it reception? Let's listen to it again.
Free, but people using this area are encouraged to keep noise to a minimum.
Okay, so along with entrance, but I think it was reception. Okay. What about number three? Obtain what from the steward?
Key.
Key? What about number four?
Shopping.
Shopping. And number five?
Building.
Open air viewing. Yeah. Okay. All right, good. Now, we're going to take a 10-minute break now. Okay, when we come back, we're going to look at questions 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, have a quick break, and I'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Okay, see you in 10 minutes, guys.
Thank you.
Track 18, Unit 3, Listening, Exercise 6.
Now for some further
Okay, everybody there? Euro, are you there?
Yes, I am. Yes, I'm here.
Okay, Ren, how about you?
It's good.
Beth, how about you? Okay, Orca, you there?
Yes.
All right, we're going to look at next set of questions. Okay, and first of all, before we listen to the recording, we're going to look carefully at the questions. At what time will the ship arrive? Okay, so most important thing here, what time arrive? So is it 7 o'clock, 7 a.m., 8 a.m., or 9 a.m.? Okay, so which of these? So we're going to obviously listen to a number of different things. And which of these can we hear? Which of these can children have in the restaurant? So the children's menu. Okay, so that's going to have children's food, earlier meal times, children's party. Okay, number 8, what are available at a reduced price? So a reduced price, that's going to be a little bit cheaper than normal. Souvenirs of the ship. So a souvenir is something that you would buy to remember the ship. Okay, so maybe it was a key ring or a picture, something like that. First class cabins, well, they're going to be the most expensive cabins, and train tickets. Maybe you can buy train tickets on the ferry. Which of these in the lounge situated? So which of these are in the lounge? A computer, coffee machine, or a television? What special event, something special will happen during the voyage? So the voyage is the journey that the ship takes. If it's a ship, we call it a voyage. Is it going to be a fashion show, a concert, or a competition? So we're going to listen to the recording, okay? And I want you to answer these questions best you can. Okay? Okay, here we go. Let's listen.
Track 18, Unit 3, Listening, Exercise 6.
Now for some further details. This voyage is an overnight trip. The ship leaves port at 7 p.m. and the journey takes just over 12 hours and 45 minutes, reaching our destination at about 8 tomorrow morning. This is for the convenience of those wishing to catch the 9 o'clock train, which leaves from the ferry terminal. Passengers with children in their party are informed that there is a special section in the restaurant with kids' food and a play area. People with children are encouraged to turn up early to get a place, as the section is very popular. Make this a trip to remember. Here at the information desk, you can obtain a souvenir ship's keyring for €4.50. You can upgrade from a tourist class cabin to a first class cabin. And you can get your train tickets here, which will save you time queuing in the station tomorrow morning. If you buy them on the ship, you can get them for 20% off. For those using the lounge and wishing to check their email, there's a wireless connection, but you'll have to bring your own laptop. You can also watch the latest TV programs there or in the coffee bar next to the restaurant. Finally, a unique feature on this crossing only. Anyone who buys a fashion item from our wonderful range of men's and women's clothes in the shopping area has the chance to win a free holiday. All you have to do is complete a sentence starting, "I like Sealand ferries because," and the best sentence wins the prize of a holiday in Switzerland with tickets to a 3-day music festival included. Talk to any member of staff for more details.
Okay, so check with your partners. What do you think the answers are for these questions? Number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, and number 10. Don't send them by chat. Okay, I want you to talk about the answers, share your answers, and then
Can it be more than one?
again, sorry,
Can it be more than one?
can what be more than one?
The answer.
More than one answer? No, it's only one answer.
Thank you.
So what did you guys get for number 6? Anybody? Renji, what did you get for number 6?
8 a.m.
Walker, how about you? Walker, what did you get? Best, how about you? Okay, Euro, what was your answer for number 6?
B.
B. All right, what about number 7? Which of these can children have in the restaurant? What did you get? Euro, what did you get for number 7?
Got
Again, sorry?
A. I've got A.
A. Renji, how about you?
I think it's a student menu.
Got children's menu. Okay, good. All right, what about Orca? What did you get?
I get 8.
Best, how about you? Best, what did you get for number 7? Number 8, what is available at reduced price? What do you think? Anybody got an answer for number 8? Okay, number 9. What was the answer for number 9? What's situated in the lounge? Okay, and number 10, what did you guys get for number 10? All right, so we'll listen to the recording one more time and you can check your answers. Off you go.
Track 18, Unit 3, Listening, Exercise 6.
Now for some further details. This voyage is an overnight trip. The ship leaves port at 7 p.m. and the journey takes just over 12 hours and 45 minutes, reaching our destination at about 8 tomorrow morning. This is for the convenience of those wishing to catch the 9 o'clock train, which leaves from the ferry terminal. Passengers with children in their party are informed that there is a special section in the restaurant with kids' food and a play area. People with children are encouraged to turn up early to get a place, as the section is very popular. Make this a trip to remember. Here at the information desk, you can obtain a souvenir ship's keyring for €4.50. You can upgrade from a tourist class cabin to a first class cabin. And you can get your train tickets here, which will save you time queuing in the station tomorrow morning. If you buy them on the ship, you can get them for 20% off. For those using the lounge and wishing to check their email, there's a wireless connection, but you'll have to bring your own laptop. You can also watch the latest TV programs there or in the coffee bar next to the restaurant. Finally, a unique feature on this crossing only. Anyone who buys a fashion item from our wonderful range of men's and women's clothes in the shopping area has the chance to win a free holiday. All you have to do is complete a sentence starting, "I like Sealand ferries because," and the best sentence wins the prize of a holiday in Switzerland, with tickets to a 3-day music festival included. Talk to any member of staff for more details.
Okay, so you all got 8 o'clock for number 1, and that was the correct answer. So 8 a.m. for B. What about number 7? What was the correct answer for number 7?
Children menus.
Children's menu. Okay. And what about number 8?
Train tickets.
Train tickets. Okay. And number 9, what's available in the lounge?
Coffee machines.
Coffee machine. Okay. Not a coffee machine, no. It's television. But you need to bring your own computer. All right, what about number 10? What special event is happening?
Competitions.
A competition. You can win a free holiday. Okay, good. So, how about you guys? Have you been on anybody been on a long boat journey? I went on a ferry I went from Italy to Israel on a ferry, and it took 3 days to get there. Has anybody else been on a very long boat journey?
Not beyond an hour, I think.
Again, sorry?
Not beyond an hour, I think.
You've been one on an hour. Where was that to? Can you tell me about it?
It to an island, but it was a long time ago.
Which island was it?
Sorry, my memory is a little bit foggish.
Okay. And what did you do on the boat? What did you do on the ferry?
With my parents back then when I was a boy.
So what did you do while you were on the ferry? Did you do anything particular, or you just wait to arrive?
Nothing in particular.
Again, sorry?
Nothing in particular.
Nothing in particular. Okay. How did you feel about it? Was it enjoyable?
It is. It was my first time.
It was, not it were. It was my first time. Okay. All right, good. So I'll send this to you after the class, again, for your records. Okay, good. Okay, and so I'm going to ask you to find a document that was sent to you that looks like this and is called Stronger Adjectives. Can you find this document, guys? Ren, can you find this document?
Yes.
Orca, can you find this document?
I'm finding it.
Beth, can you find this document? Beth, can you find this document?
No.
You can't find it. Okay. Then I will send it to you by chat.
Okay.
Okay, I just sent it to you. It'll come in a moment. Did you get it?
No. Where do you send it?
I sent it to you by chat. Can you check your chat?
Let me check. Okay, I got it.
Oh, great.
Thank you.
Okay, now we've got some vocabulary here. All of these words are adjectives. Okay, and first of all, let's check this vocabulary. Hot, cold, interesting, dirty, tasty, bad, frightened, big, angry, tired, surprised, funny. Is there any vocabulary that you don't know? Is there any vocabulary that you don't know in this list of vocabulary? Okay, guys, I'm asking questions to you, but I'm not getting any replies from anybody. Okay? Yeah. If we were in the classroom, you would answer me, but seeing as we're online, nobody seems to want to. So I'm going to ask again. This vocabulary, is there any of this vocabulary that you're not sure about? Anybody?
I know all of it.
You don't have any problem. Anybody else? Do you have any problems with this vocabulary?
No.
Okay, great. Now, this vocabulary is pretty normal, right? Hot, cold, interesting, dirty, frightened, surprised. So this is quite standard vocabulary. And what we got here is we got these words in the left-hand column. And in the right-hand column, we've got some stronger adjectives. And that means they have the same meaning, but just a little bit more. Okay? So have a look at these words. Now, some of them you will know, some of them you will not know. That's fine. But hot. Which word has the same meaning as hot, but is a little bit more than hot? Well, I'll give you the first one. Boiling. Okay, so hot, a little bit stronger, boiling. What about cold? Can anybody tell me which adjective would be a little bit stronger than cold?
Freezing.
Freezing. Good job, Walker. And quite interesting. I want to know what that strong word might be.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Good job, Euro. Okay. All right. So, I'm going to let you work as a team and look at each adjective, and I want you to match the adjective with its stronger alternative. Okay. So start with dirty, then go down to tasty. Off you go. Talk to each other and discuss the answer with each other. Go ahead. So, what's the stronger adjective of filthy? Oh, dirty, big pardon.
Filthy.
It is filthy. Okay. What about tasty?
Delicious.
All right, so have a look at the other words, and I want you, as a group, want you to match the words. And if you don't know what the words mean, then you can ask me. For example, what does astonished mean?
Surprise.
Okay, so you can ask me if you don't know. All right, so bad, frightened, big, angry, tired, surprised, funny. Match the adjectives on the left with their stronger adjectives on the right.
How can we say astonish?
How come what, sorry?
Can you pronounce it for me?
I'll do that later when you've chosen which adjectives match each other.
I've done it already.
You've done it already. What about the other students? Do they have the same answers as you? I want you to work as a team and talk to each other in English. It's supposed to be a conversation, plan. Okay? All right, what about bad?
Terrible.
Terrible. And what about frightened?
Terrified.
Terrified. Good. And what about angry?
Furious.
Good. So what about big is enormous? What about tired?
Exhaust.
Exhausted. Okay. And surprised. Astonished. What about funny?
Hilarious.
Okay. So we've matched all the adjectives. Now let's look at how to pronounce them. Boiling. Which syllable is the strong syllable, the first or the second? Boiling.
First one.
Freezing.
The first one.
Fascinating.
Fast.
Filthy. First or second syllable?
Second.
Filthy. No, it's the first syllable. Delicious.
Second.
Syllable. Terrible.
First.
Terrifying.
The third.
Terrifying. The first syllable again. Enormous.
First one.
No, enormous. It's the sentence. And furious.
First one.
Can't hear you very well. Those of you who are speaking. Exhausted.
The second one.
Astonished.
The second one.
Hilarious.
Can you say again, please?
Hilarious.
The second.
Good. So it's hilarious. So say after me, everyone. It's boiling.
It's boiling.
It's boiling.
It's boiling.
It's
It's
boiling.
freezing.
It's freezing.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
It's
It's
freezing.
fascinating.
It's filthy.
It's filthy.
It's delicious.
It's delicious.
It's terrible.
It's terrible.
I'm terrifying.
I'm terrifying.
It's enormous.
It's
It's
enormous.
enormous.
I'm furious.
I'm furious.
I'm exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
It's hilarious.
It's hilarious.
Okay, good. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to look at these sentences and I want you to fill these sentences with these words, okay? Not these words. No? So I want you to put the stronger words into the gap, okay? So let's try a couple together and then I'll allow you to work as a group, see what you can come up with. This carpet's what? It hasn't been cleaned for many years. Whoops. This carpet's it hasn't been cleaned for many years. What do you think?
Dirty.
Not dirty, because we're going to look at the focus on the
Filthy.
stronger
Filthy.
adjectives. Okay, good. Filthy. What about number two? government will have to borrow amounts of money.
How much?
When the government borrows money, does it borrow just a few baht or does it borrow a lot of money?
How much?
So what's it gonna be?
Enormous.
Enormous, not enormous. Enormous.
Okay.
And what about number 3? Putting up taxes. Do you like taxes? Probably not. Good things or bad things? Well, for the government, they're good, but for people, they are
Terrible.
terrible. And what about number 4? Can I turn on the air conditioning? It's
Freezing.
turn on the air conditioning.
Or boiling.
I think it's boiling. I was late to the meeting, so my boss was and started shouting.
Furious.
Furious. Okay, so have a look at the others and work together in English. What's number 6? What's number 7? Number 8, number 9, number 10, 11, and 12. Okay, what's number 6?
35.
Again, sorry?
35.
Terrified.
Terrified.
What about number 7?
Fascinating.
What about number 8?
Exhausted.
And number 9?
Unrealistic.
Hilarious.
Okay.
Number 10?
I was astonished.
And number 11? Absolutely.
Delicious.
Can I turn the air conditioning off?
Freezing.
It's boring.
Okay, good job. Now, so tomorrow, your class starts not at 10 o'clock. What time does your class start tomorrow? Anybody know?
1400.
Again, sorry?
1400.
What?
1400.
Not 1400, no. Your class tomorrow starts at 11 o'clock till 1 o'clock in the morning.
Thank
Okay,
you.
no problem. So what I want you to do tonight, I want you to think about different times. The last time you were terrified, the last time you were astonished, the last time you ate some terrible food, the last time you ate some delicious food. Just think about these situations and we will talk about them more tomorrow. All right, any questions before we go? then we'll finish for today, and I'll see you tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay.